So with Kim and Usman recently appearing on 90 Day Diaries and with Usman confirmed to be appearing in Hunt for Love, I think it's about time we catch up on these two and find out what they've been up to over the last year. From fallouts to serious surgery, from dating younger men to looking for a bride, there's a lot to fill you in on. So let's start with Kim, who you may have noticed has been appearing more and more on our social media feeds lately. Why? Well, she's taken more of a starring role alongside the quote-unquote 90-day bad boys. I'm talking, of course, of Rob Josh and her son Jamal.
We're ready to shoot our next project. We got Jamal dressed up, Rob's ready to go, for me. And we have a special guest, too.
I'm just super fanning over here. That's all I'm doing. I'm just joking, that's a joke.
Jamal, come on, man.
Hi, super fan.
Don't call me that. Super fan?
But you're super fan.
Now, we know, of course, how close Kim and Jamal are, so it came as a huge shock to her when earlier this season of Diaries, Jamal, who'd moved from New York to San Diego in order to support his mum through multiple deaths in their family, made the shock announcement to her that he wanted to move back to the East Coast.
What would you think if, I leave San Diego?
Oh, God, this is awful. I don't know how I feel. Like, it makes me sad. It makes me feel, I don't want to make you feel bad.
Kim has been through a lot over the last year or so, and that's what Jamal means by not wanting to make her feel bad. In a very short space of time, she not only lost her mum and her older sister, but she's also been facing her own health battle. You see, in August of 2024, viewers and followers of Kim on social media became increasingly concerned when Kim just completely stopped posting. In fact, during her hiatus, during her absence, a rumour began that Kim had a heart attack. Now, Kim did thankfully eventually go on to dispel these rumours and call the fake news disgusting, but she did go on to confirm that she had undergone surgery for uterine issues. She revealed that she had some fibroids and polyps removed. Jamal, of course, was an ever-present by her side throughout all of that, so now, learning that Jamal will be leaving, it has kind of taken Kim aback.
It's going to take me a minute to process that, I would never be one to, stand in your way. If you truly, this is something you want to do in your heart, I would never deny you that.
Now, from what I can tell, from all the research that I've done, since this was filmed, it doesn't actually look like Jamal has made that big move yet. But that hasn't stopped Kim from working on herself and working on her independence. Now, her impressive weight loss aside,
I haven't been able to wear these jeans in a minute. Look at that.
Kim has also been focused on healing herself. You see, a few months ago, back in March, she posted about celebrating her 55th birthday, writing, "I finally feel like I'm in a place where I can truly live my best life. Knowing my worth and being my authentic self is everything to me. I'm proud of the woman I am today." But, as Kim herself goes on to say, it did take her a very long time to heal from her breakup with Usman.
The mind games were just blew me away, and it took me the whole 2 years to find my worth again and to find what kind of woman Kimberly is.
Breakups, as we all know, especially when you're as invested as Kim was, are never easy. It can take some time to recover. So it's good to hear that Kim is now able to look back at her relationship with Usman and see it for what it really was. It was very one-sided, right? It was Kim giving all the affection, giving all the love, giving all the presents, and it was Usman playing the mind games and claiming that she should be thankful he's with her because he's the one that's sacrificing more. That was a constant battle in their relationship, wasn't it? It was an ongoing theme. Who is it that's doing all the sacrificing here?
I feel like it was just way too many sacrifices I was making. We were arguing all the time. We couldn't agree on anything. And I just felt it was better for me just to walk away.
Now, I'm not exactly sure that that's how I remember it. I'm not sure that it was Kim who made the decision to walk away. And let's not forget, the last we caught up with these two, in my last update, which I'll include a link to in my description below in case you missed it last year, but last time we did an update on these two, Kim actually admitted that they were still in touch. They did continue messaging each other even though they weren't officially together. It seemed like she was happy to hold on. She was reluctant to let him go completely. But, judging by what she's now saying, it looks like Kim and Usman have had some kind of falling out. They are no longer in touch, and Kim wants us to know she's the one that made that decision.
Are you still texting with Usman at all, or?
Actually, no, not anymore.
Okay.
It'll never stop unless I put a stop to it.
And while Kim doesn't go into the specifics of what happened, reading between the lines, she was, with distance and time, finally able to see this relationship for what it really was. Toxic and one-sided. Usman was playing her, he was using her. The guy wanted to marry Kim, but also marry other women. He wanted to come to the States with her, but he also wanted or expected her to afford that opportunity to other members of his family too. Remember the whole adoption of his nephew storyline? Finally, after all the concessions that she made for him, Kim now realises Usman was just taking advantage.
You know that saying, my mom used to say it, a leopard doesn't change his spots. I just think it's best. I think for him to move on and for me to move on, it's just better just to cut it off.
A leopard never changes its spots, she says, and that is a very telling statement, isn't it? Makes you think there might be more to this story than Kim is letting on. Now, what that might be, we're left to speculate, right? But I think she does drop a pretty strong clue when she says in the same interview, she's now looking for a man who won't just dump her for someone younger. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty pointed remark, doesn't it? By that, she's either referring to the younger women that Usman wanted to marry in addition to Kim, or perhaps she's referring to the younger women that Usman has gone on to date since Kim. Whatever the case, Kim now claims that she's learnt her lesson. I'll be looking for more age-appropriate men from now on, she claims.
I will never date that young. I feel like it's a mindset more than it is like an age thing, you know?
Now, keep this in mind, right? Just remember that Kim says this, because while she knows that she should be dating someone her age, as we'll soon see, she just can't help herself. Now, we'll come back to that shortly, but get this, Kim also revealed in February of this year that while she's cut Usman off, she hasn't made a complete break. You see, she's still in touch with his family.
I love his family. I still talk to his brothers. Every once in a while, they'll text me or whatever.
Now, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, right? But my take is when you've broken up with someone, particularly if you were never married, if there's no kids involved, right? I think in 99% of cases, it's usually also for the best if you cut contact with their family too. Like, what good is it? What good can come of Kim still being in touch with Usman's brothers? I mean, she's getting it twisted if she thinks that they're her friends. They're not. Quite aside from the fact that they had major problems with Kim marrying Usman, it took a lot to try and convince them otherwise. Ultimately, their priority will always be with Usman. She can't on the one hand say that she's cut contact with him, but on the other hand say that she's still in touch with his nearest and dearest. Like by proxy, that means he is still in her life, in a way, doesn't it? Now, speaking on a podcast, Kim did reveal that she probably won't ever date someone from Nigeria ever again because it will bring back painful memories of Usman. But, she says, almost desperately, I'd be very open to any other man. Anyone.
I'm not opposed to Jamaica.
Okay.
I'm not opposed to Ghana. And it's not even that Germany. I mean, it could, the UK, yeah. It could be, I'm not opposed because I like that excitement of that part too.
Now, wherever this new man ends up coming from, we all know Kim does have a type. For as open to love as she appears to be on this podcast interview, on 90 Day Diaries when she's talking to her besties Liz and Tyree, she admits there is an old flame of hers who she might be open to reigniting things with. So who is the lucky guy?
The guy that slid into my DMs, his name is Benjamin, but he likes to be called B. We dated before I met Usman. I've known him 5, maybe 6 years.
As I say, Kim has a type and B appears to be ticking all of the boxes. Now, I don't know about you, but from the looks of things, B does appear to be younger than Kim, doesn't he? So again, everything she said about learning her lessons seems to have gone out the window. Now, with a bit of persuasion from Tyree and Liz, and it really doesn't take much, Kim agrees to go on a date with B, and the pair head off to go bowling. And I think the date must have gone pretty well, because Kim's been mentioning B in interviews ever since.
I'm talking to one like in particular, but it's weird because I knew him before I met what's his name, and then we just kind of like rekindled a little bit. It's really fun to be around B again. We always did have a good time when we would go out. He likes to make me laugh. He's very touchy. He's holding my hand. He's hugging me.
So is B meant to be? Well, what we do know is, towards the end of 2024, Kim posted an Instagram story of her hand on a man's arm, writing, "Date night soft launch." And from what I can tell, that very much looks like it's B in the photo. Take a look. I mean, Kim has the same bag that she took on her date with him, and B seems to have the same watch and the same watch band. Yeah, I think we can say with some certainty that that is B. So, Kim potentially has a new man in her life. But what about Usman? What's he been up to? Well, his true love, his only love at the moment, his music, has afforded him the opportunity to build a brand new house.
Guys, it's my house. Can you see? After so many years of hard work, I finally able to build my dream home.
Genuinely, and I mean this, right, that is a huge achievement for anyone anywhere in the world. So good job, Usman. His music career is clearly flourishing. But now he's got this big old house all to himself and he's feeling lonely. Like he now wants to fill it up with a wife and some kids.
I am willing, I'm hoping, I'm praying that now that the house is about to be done, I'll have my beautiful lady and then we just live in that house and have our beautiful kids.
Usman tells us that the house is set to be completed within 2 to 3 months and he's hoping sooner rather than later there'll be the pitter-patter of little babies running around in there. So with that in mind, how is his dating life going? Does he have a woman in mind for all of these plans? Is he dating anyone at the moment? Well, the answer to that is no, but he has a plan. You see, the next time we join him with his manager, his very supportive manager in the studio, he's pitching him an idea for how he can find a wife.
Shouldn't I sing a song that shows that I'm searching for a girl to marry? Dream girl, where are you? Got it. Yes, got it. Got it.
Sounds like a solid plan. I mean, come on, let's not pretend that this is about getting a wife at all. It's not. Usman, as always, is trying to promote himself here. He's trying to use this segment on Diaries to hopefully promote a new song of his. As his manager reminds him, he needs to act while the iron is hot. While you have all these eyeballs on you, promote, promote, promote.
You know, most of your songs are now trending. We're on top chart now, so we need to take advantage of this moment.
Now, here's the thing, right? Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but is Sojaboy as big as he claims to be? Is he really trending? Is he really as viral as he thinks he is? I remember asking that same question when they were on the show, and I had loads of comments from people in Nigeria saying they'd never even heard of him. Had it not been for the show and his multiple seasons on the show with multiple women, no one would even know his name. So it does make you wonder, like, is this all one big marketing scheme? Are they just trying to tell us what to believe without there actually being any validity to this?
I'm an international superstar. You probably know me based on my stage name, Sojaboy.
I'm not sure I'm buying it, Usman, but okay, let's humour you here. Let's just pull at this thread. So, according to ChatGPT, to be considered a quote-unquote international superstar, you'd be expected to have over 30 million Spotify streams a month, right? 30 million. So, how does Usman stack up? Does he have 30 million? No? 10 million? No? 5 million? A million? Half a million? Come on, what does he actually have? Are you kidding me? 7,585 monthly listeners. Okay, that settles it once and for all. Let's put this stupidity to bed. Sojaboy is not an international superstar. Just listen to him. It's glaringly obvious how much he relies on auto-tune.
Dream girl, are you there? I've been searching for you all my life. I've been looking for you, my wife.
Now, I'm sure it will come as no surprise to anyone that his new song, which is going to be called Dream Girl, is set to be released at the same time that Usman will be reappearing on our screens on the new TLC show called Hunt for Love. Now, I'm going to come back to Hunt for Love in a second, but Usman has released it. He's heavily promoted the song on his Instagram, and it's interesting that the video has been shot in London. Usman seems to be spending a lot of time in the UK, specifically in London. As you may recall from my last update about him, he actually brought his ex Kira to spend time with him in London back in 2023. So could this music video be a throwback to that? Is it a hint that Kira was his dream girl? To be fair to him, he is getting some love in the UK, like he does have fans. This young lady was particularly excited to meet him, but just listen to Usman's reaction when he learns her name.
Oh my god,
what's your name?
So much Lisa.
Lisa? Lisa?
Yes!
I think Usman has had more than enough Lisa for one lifetime. But going back to Hunt for Love and his quest to find the one, there have been a lot of rumours, and a slight spoiler alert here, but there have been a lot of rumours online that Usman and Courtney, who we know have been flirting publicly outside of the show, but on the show, apparently the pair hook up. But, get this, if rumours are to be believed, Courtney dumps Usman for Colt. That has to hurt his pride, doesn't it? Now, if you missed my last update about Colt, I'll include a link to that on screen now. And if you missed my last update about Usman and Kim from last year, I'll include that on screen as well. As ever, thank you very much for watching, and if you've made it this far to the end of the video, do me a favour, hit that like button, make sure you're subscribed. If you're not, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you on the next video.